All right. I came to you guys. Now I want to say I came to you guys. I had made a previous video about us staying on Columbus Street, and I had brought up my experience that my daughter had, and I said, you know what, I'm gonna let her tell the story. But before we get into it, this video is brought to you by.
I mean, but it's kind of, you say that in the beginning, the video beginning. So it's, ain't you putting the videos together, right?
Oh. Bash Out Cosmetics, the home of magnetic lashes. I also have 3D mink eyelashes, waterproof eyebrow pencils, and matte lipstick. Well, today we're gonna get into it. I don't want to say the date because, well, the previous video, my daughter told me when I was talking that they're not going to allow me to upload the video of me cursing like I was cursing on YouTube.
I just gotta bleep it out, mama.
I don't know how to bleep it out.
Just edit it.
Okay. You look like you got one eye.
You download.
Oh shit. Y'all know my pimple in my face and stuff. I gotta make sure you get in there, booty.
What?
I gotta make sure you get in. Still got one eye. So, on Columbus Street, it was scary. I don't want to say it was scary to the capacity of I'm scared, I'm this, I'm that. I was more, look at this little heathen. I was more Mama Bear mode. It came down to the point that I was like, if you do something to my kids, because man was maybe
1, 0.
No.
0.
Probably about 2-3 months at the time, huh?
Uh-huh.
Well, it was an incident where I woke up and man was under the bed. He wasn't, you know how kids move around when how he looking. How when babies move around when they're scooting and trying to crawl or whatever. And he was laying in my bed, yes. But I know people, y'all have kids, and I know y'all have had kids that fell out the bed. You know how when the baby fell out the bed, it's not something that you would want to happen, but unfortunately, it happens. It's not something that I would, sit up here and do because I knew Justice used to move around a lot. And it came down to the point I had to put pillows, like my decorative pillows, on the side of the bed so when she fall, it wouldn't be so hard. I was a new mom. I slept hard. It is what it is. She's 16. She fine. So, when you hear a child fall out the bed, you'll hear that thump. This thump ain't never happened. So, I woke up to my child. I was like in the front room. And man and Justice was in the same bed with each other. And I knew it was like time for man to get up and me to get him a bottle or something. And I hear him crying. So I'm like, he up. But then when I go in the room, I don't see my baby on the bed. My son was like laying on his back under the bed. I was fucking furious. Well, sorry, you too. But I was furious. I was to the point where I was like, we living in this house together. We gotta get along or we ain't. But if you play around with my children, I will burn this down. Granted, it was a family heirloom. But when it come to my kids, I don't care how much family you is. You're done for. So, but by the way, Justice, my daughter, she had her experience there as well. That was just that's one part. But I want her to tell her experience, because at the time you had your experience, I was pregnant with man, huh?
I don't remember. It was, I don't know. It was like, I can't like go in chronological order of everything that happened, but I just could like name stuff that happened.
All right, so
Like,
what incident you want to talk about?
like the footsteps in the bathroom. That was my biggest, most scariest. Yeah, but yeah, and it was like I just be in the bathroom. I had to clean out the tub, so this was when the house we had both sides to ourselves.
We had bust open both sides.
Yeah, and so that's when y'all had the sofa on the other side of the house, away from the kitchen, the big kitchen with the bathroom in there. So I'd be in the big kitchen with the bathroom in there. I'd be in that bathroom. Mm-hmm. And so I asked Daddy if he could come on my side of the house, so I wouldn't be in there alone, because I used to be scared. Mm-hmm. And so that's when...
So have you always felt scared in the house?
Not always. Well, like, not in the beginning, but like after a while, yeah.
Mm-hmm. It started feeling like...
It was feeling... It didn't feel... It didn't feel like you felt...
Something in there.
Yeah.
You felt the presence.
Yeah, like, you could be in a house by yourself, but when you feel that presence there, you know, like,
it's like you knew something was
yeah,
in
like
that house.
You know something.
I'm gonna tell you one time when before you get to what you experienced in the bathroom. One time, I think I want to say it was the very first time I slept in the house. We was by ourselves. It was you. Yeah, it was you. I think I was pregnant with man, and we were sleeping in a room in a house that was in front of the big kitchen. And I literally felt like we was laying in the bed sleep. I mean, we was not laying in the bed sleep. We was laying in the bed. I was watching TV. And I want to say your daddy just installed that AC unit in the window. You just put that AC unit in the window. And I literally kept looking up at the door because it felt like somebody was watching me in the room. And I tried, because at the time, me and my children daddy, we worked overnight. And this was one of the nights I could say I was off and he went to work. But go ahead, continue.
And so I used to be in the bathroom. I used to ask Dad if he'd come over there and just be over there. So, like, even though I feel that presence, I could feel like that's my daddy in there. Mm-hmm. So I wouldn't feel like it's just some random presence just watching me. And so that's when
you'd feel protected if he was in there with you.
Yeah. And that's when, so I would be in the bathroom, I'd clean the tub, I'd just be in the tub. And so I would hear footsteps. I would hear like somebody was walking like directly in the bathroom. And it was like, sometimes I would even hear like the door squeaking or something like that from like it like opening or closing or something. And I would hear the footsteps walking directly in the bathroom. But me being young, I wasn't worried about like, oh, where it was at or how far it was, or like I'd just be calling out my daddy and he wouldn't be answering. And by the time I get out of something like that, I'll get his attention from calling him, he'll be like, oh, that wasn't me, or like that wasn't me walking in here or something like that. And so I'll just be sitting in the tub like, okay. Like I'd just be sitting there like, cause I didn't know.
I remember that.
I didn't know what it was.
When you came, I remember you was washing out the tub.
I remember that.
Justice was washing out the tub.
Was washing out the tub.
No, cause I remember. I know what she's talking about.
No, she know what I'm talking about. Justice was washing out the tub, and she came. I was sitting on the sofa, and she came. She was like,
I was running. Bro.
She ran in the front room. It was like, cause Justice always have been. She's my oldest. She always have been an independent child. I used to have her go wash out the tub, get in the tub. See this one right here? Show your face, little one. See this one? you literally gotta be in there with him. I wouldn't trust him to wash out this tub because I don't think he'll clean it out good enough. I don't think he'll clean it out good enough. He's not gonna do that. He's the baby. So Justice came running in a. Justice was scared. I knew my daughter was scared. I knew she was scared. I saw it in her face. And I went in there. She was like, she was washing the tub out, and her back was to everything.
Like the way the bathroom was, it
The-
was like
yeah.
a tub. You
walked in the
sitting
bathroom
on,
and you
it
walked
was like
in
a big space.
Yeah.
And then it was just the sink, the toilet, and then the
tub in a closet, that linen closet.
Yeah, I remember that.
And the tub, I'm talking about, the bathroom was so big, you could have put, it was a Victorian-like bathroom, you could have put a little sofa in there. It was a big bathroom. And Justice said she heard the footsteps. And
it was,
and I know what she's talking about, because the footsteps sound like somebody walking,
like directly like up on you.
but
like,
they walking with Timberlands. You ever heard somebody walk with Timberlands on?
Yeah.
Like in a house that had I don't want to say a house that had no floor, but a house that didn't have no insulation in the floor. And you hear that doom, doom, doom. That's how them footsteps was. That's how the footstep was. And I've heard them before. My mom heard them. I tried to ask if your grandma would sit here and talk about it, but she said she ain't talking about that. It was too. It got too serious for her. Like, it came down. My mama got up. She had an eerie feeling like she had to throw up, like she had to vomit. But
that was like what happened on The Conjuring.
yeah, like she
Like
couldn't
something
throw
tried
up.
to-
Something tried to possess her.
Yeah.
See, my mama is a very spiritual woman, and she know and she follow a lot of stuff. And that at that particular time, my mom was like, "Hell no, drop your kids off at my house. I'm not coming there."
Yeah,
no
because
more."
I remember when she stopped coming over there.
Yeah,
Because one time, only time I really remember her being there was when it was like I had her really sitting in the bathroom watching me take a bath.
But I remember I had to come because we had to start doing that. We had to go in the bathroom with Justice and sit in there with her
and
while she took a bath, because it got crazy.
And I remember when I think that was that same night when me, her, and man all slept in my bed.
Yeah, y'all started sleeping, but Justice's room, I'm gonna tell you something, was the coldest room in the house. The room didn't have no windows, and the room didn't have no AC in there. I'm serious. It was the coldest room in the house, especially at night. Now, like how you say, I wanted to do a video and try to put it in order, but we could just talk about it.
Yeah, I can't really see
what happened. But I knew when we moved in that house.
No, I remember when we first walked in the we first walked in to like see it or something, I guess. And I was standing in the house and I was just sitting there like
very old house.
Yeah, real old.
I'm talking about that house.
I don't know, like I don't know, like when I first walked in there, I kind of felt something.
It feels funny
like
when you go in the house.
You feel the energy as soon as you walk in there.
Right. So it came down where I want to do a video talking to Mr. Danny, who's there across the street from the house, and because he have experienced some of the same things. But I'm gonna go talk to him, see if I could get a video with him. But the house, I remember when we went in there, me and your grandma was putting up the newspapers because our clothes and stuff was stored on the other side. She was like, "Sheena, I can't believe you don't have nothing covering the windows." So we just took and hung newspapers up just to cover the windows. And we left out, and it was like an air feeling. I had to tell my mama everything, the history about the house, and told her we went down in the house and everything. And my mom was like, "Is you crazy?" So
you told them about how that man, when we were first standing on that one side and he was standing on the other side, and how he we just stopped seeing him.
You sorry, yeah, I don't want to say no names, but I know who you talking about.
It was that light
So-
skinned man. Like, I never seen him after that.
You never seen him again?
I never
I
seen
haven't
him
seen him again after that
Like,
either.
I never, like,
And
daddy.
him and- yeah,
like,
him
daddy,
and-
he come across, like, his little friends and stuff that he know, but I
never
never
seen him again.
Right.
Right. Never seen him. But at this particular time, I don't know what he saw. I don't know what happened. But homeboy left.
Everything was still in
And
there.
left everything in the house. They had like a plate or something on the countertop where he must have was eating or whatever. Food still on the plate. He was like,
he just got up, left, and
yep,
just never
he
came
left.
back.
It never came back. He was like, yeah, you could have the dishes, the spoon, you could have that. He was like, oh, put my bed in the foyer area of the house. I'm gonna come get it. Never came, got it. We wound up selling it to Paige. I mean, not selling it. We wound up, he wound up buying, well, Paige daddy wound up buying his bedroom set from him, and he came and got it. So, it was an incident in a house where it was during a day. And you and Paige was there, and I remember y'all running through the house, and you know the room where that was the door connected to man room. How y'all used to slam the door in order to catch. You had to slam like you. I'm talking about this is Mississippi wood door. This door was heavy as hell,
And you
really had to like, boom, like hit that thing and slam. So the children was running around playing. Paige and Justin was running around. The house is huge. House was huge. Like it's a like when you open it up, it's a big house. But it's no upstairs down. You walk up the steps and it's just that big old space. Just all room. All house. So I hit y'all left. Your daddy had took y'all because I was still pregnant with man. And your daddy left. And I'm on a sofa asleep. But this is at the time we had then opened it up. Mm-hmm. So I'm on a sofa asleep. And I just hear the door slamming. Because that was what they was doing before they left. And I'm like, I know the children, I woke up, I'm like, damn, the children back? So then I walk, because the way you had to walk out the front room, cross the foyer area, walk into the other side of the house, and I see the door open. Because I hear it slamming, but me in my sleep, I'm thinking that the children, that they was here. And then, like, I got up and I was like, all right, y'all, to check on them to make sure they was all right. There wasn't nobody there. It was just me. But the door, it was like I caught it in action, after it had then just slammed and it was opening it back up. Because you could slam it, but it wouldn't catch. But you got to slam it real hard for it to catch. And I was like, I get it. I said, I get it. They not going to slam the door no more. Mm-hmm. After that was it. They didn't run around. We didn't slam that door no more at all. They had another incident where I was pregnant with man. But at the time, his room was like our living area. That was where we sat at to watch TV. And we opened it. I want to say I think we had it open. But we wasn't using that front area because I think it was still we still had stuff or it was still
You're talking about the middle part in the back?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was right. So at the
it was in between both sides of the house?
Yeah.
Oh.
So it was this incident, her Nana had the people was working under the house, repairing it for the people that lived there. And the man had came and he was banging, it was the back door. He banging on the back of the door. He was like, hey, it was me. I'm in there by myself. I'm pregnant with my son. And he said, hey, your landlord told me I could use the plug. Open the door. I could use the plug to plug up the extension cord. And I said, well, the landlord is my mother-in-law. She didn't tell me that. He was like, well, she said we could use the plug. I talked to her today, we could use. I said, well, baby, you better do what you do. You better nigga figure it out run an extension cord from the front of the house all the way to the back where you was using it at, because I'm not about to open the door to let you in here, and I'm in here by myself. Point blank, period. You wasn't coming in. So, he was like, well, I say, oh, well. And I walked. I said, stay right there. Like, bitch, you go wait. And he was going to be waiting because I wasn't opening that door. And I was probably like about 7 or 8 months pregnant with me. I was 4. So I laid on the sofa in that room, and I'm asleep or whatever. And I opened my eyes, and you know how you in between sleep and waking up, right? Mm-hmm. And I see this man standing in the door watching me sleep. But like I came to, and the man took off to the front of the house. Boy, I grabbed that bat. I was ready. You heard me? I was ready. I sat up there and went. I'm walking around the house looking for him. I can't find him. I can't see. I don't know where he went. I'm looking in the bathrooms. I'm thinking he hiding in a closet. I'm checking all the rooms. So I went to the back because I'm like, I know these MFers ain't get up in here. But the way the door is, in order for him to go out and lock it, you have to latch it from the inside. The latch never came off. It was still latched. In order for you to lock the screen door, it was still latched. So this man, I gotta tell you just as clear as day, this man had on some like mustard brown, like that spicy brown mustard color pants. He had on some dark brown shoes. He had a dark brown belt. He had on a white polo style shirt, and he had his hair slick. Like, see how I got my part right here? He had a part on the side, and it was just slick down. It was like his hair was just slick down. So I'm looking like Creole Mexican looking man. He was, kind of, well, from where I was laying, he was kind of like he was short or whatever. Could have been tall. It's just he was standing there, and I was mad. Like, he was standing there watching me sleep. So then when I saw a picture of their great grandfather, and that was him.
Crazy.
I saw. And then the trip part of her, that I ain't gonna lie, when I had my son was a baby. He looked like a leaves. No. He looked like he was like a little bitty, my little man. Came out looking like a man. He looked like a old man. Like he had like the Benjamin Button syndrome or something, because he came out looking like an old wrinkled man. That was that. And it was another incident where we were asleep on the sofa. I don't know if you remember. And that girl was bouncing. You was laying.
I didn't see that.
She was laying across my lap. Justice was laying across my lap, right? And I'm like on the sofa. We had one of them sofas that each end had a recliner. You could pull it out and had a recliner. And I had it reclined. I had man laying on my chest. I had Justice laying across my lap, and it was cold. And I had put the blanket on. Justice had the blanket on me. So I'm up here feeling like it's just like this cold draft just all of a sudden came in. So I had went to adjust the cover on me. And just as clear as day, I see this little girl bouncing at my foot. Like she was anxious, like she was wanting to see the baby. She had to see the baby. And I look, I'm like, boy, look at that baby girl. She was. He said Malaya. That's messed up. But she was dark complexion. She had like this white like nightgown on, and it had the little ruffles that went around it. It was long sleeves. She had the ruffles around her.
Like a little old
Yeah, it was an old timing person. So And she was, and when I came to the look, I was like, it was crazy. I was like, oh Lord. Like, I don't know what to say. The house, it wasn't like the house was just, it's full of history. Let me just say that.
And a lot of spirits.
And a lot of spirits. Like, I was told that it was an old slave school. Mr. Danny had broken down to me that the house he lives in, it was a slave master, and his wife was downstairs. They still have the words, like, you could still, like, go in there and, like, trace your fingers over, like, feel over the brick. She carved the words into the brick, and some of the words is 2020, and some of the words are still in the brick. And it's crazy. Hopefully he, let y'all see that.
I think they got people living in there now, because I be saying whenever they pass by the
Mr. Danny,
I don't think he still there.
no, he still stay there. He
Oh.
stay under, it's a what you call that, what he
He be running it out.
Airbnb. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He rent out the top, but he stay at the bottom. And at the
I
bottom
just
is,
know every time they pass around that doggone house, then they go inside to, like, I guess check it or something like that, and I be with them. I stay in the car. I haven't stepped
That house-
foot back into that house since we left there, and we go pass around that house a lot.
yeah. I think I went in there. I don't want to say I went in there recently. I don't want to say I went in there. I think you FaceTime me, huh?
Yeah, what's up?
No, I do remember FaceTime you when I was sitting outside, and I was like, they got me at this house.
I don't know if I want to say out of you FaceTime me and you walked in the house, or I went
I
in the
couldn't have
house.
walked in the house.
Because I remember I saw the floors. They changed the floors, and
I don't even.
I think
don't know.
I went in that house.
Yeah, who is that living at the bottom? Remember when we went to the parade? Oh, you wasn't with us.
No.
I know Mark stayed at the bottom on the left
Yeah,
side.
Mark's there at the
On the left side.
Mm-hmm.
Who's still on this side?
I don't know.
I remember Mr. Danny, he was telling me that the lady had to call in because the lady was hearing the footsteps too. And she was like, oh my gosh. She said she had to call in and say, yeah, you got to come check on the house because I think they got rats up there. I be hearing something walking around. What kind of rats you think?
But
You can hear
walking around.
footsteps. But yeah, because I remember when your grandma, when she used to babysit y'all, well, I used to come over and watch y'all while me and your daddy worked. She said she knew when your daddy got off from work because she would hear the footsteps walk to the front of the house. And she was like, she knew that wasn't him because after she would hear the footsteps walk to the front of the house, she would hear him opening up the door.
As if like somebody was going
Going
to open
to-
the door.
Like going to meet him to see him come in the house. That's like, nah, black. Nah, black.
I'm so happy we left that house.
Right? Yeah, it was crazy. It was like, just, you don't want to be in the shot.
I am in
No,
the
you're not.
shots.
So, girl, yeah, but what it was? They had another incident. I'm gonna tell you a part that would trip your head out. So, I remember me and my baby daddy, well, my daddy, had he used to call me.
Oh, you talking about? I know what you're talking about.
You remember? He used to call me, and he would be like, "Yeah, you called." No, I didn't call you. Yes, you did. You called me, but you wasn't saying nothing. It was like he heard the TV because he was like, I heard the TV playing in the background.
Y'all thought I was playing with the house.
No, this was before that incident.
Oh, so there's two different things.
This is two different. Yes, so this is what we had to come to. Her daddy still never accept that shit. So I'm like, I didn't call. So he literally thought I was playing. Like when he would go, I was always calling in his phone or whatever. But I wasn't. So then this happened. We was at the house and his phone rang. And the phone said home. And he answered it. And you could hear, it do sound like somebody in the background. It do sound like a TV playing in the background. This is just how far of a distance it sound on the phone. And the person was like, who are you? Who are you? Who are you? Who are you? This is what it's yelling. And he was like, see, I told you, where the phone at? I said, couldn't have been Justin. And we went to, he said, Justice had the phone, yada, 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 woo, 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 woo. So I went and I had to bring him in a room where Justice was watching TV.
Yeah,
I said, Justin is watching Disney. And I said, the person on the phone sounded like they was
Justin.
No, I said Justice was watching Disney.
To Justin.
You did.
To Justin. Well, Justice. You know why I get him confused. So she was watching Disney. And I said the person on the phone sounded like we was watching like a serious movie. It sounded like, like some type of gangster movie. And it was steady yelling, who are you? Who are you in my house? Who are you? Who are you? And I was like, just hang up the phone. So he hung it up. They had the audacity to call back. The house called back. And I was like, let's look for the phone, because we had a callers phone. That was a landline. I'm like, let's look for the phone. So he looking in the room because he said, what a God. Justice called him from the house phone. Boy, we found that callers phone. I'm trying to hit the page. You know how you can hit the button to page the callers phone. So it was dead. The phone was dead. It was under the sofa, face down. And then when we realized that, I had the phone in my hand, and his cell phone rung again. And that thing said home. And I looked at him, and he looked at me. I put the phone on a charger. I said, now you see what the fuck I'm doing. I was in that house non-stop. We was in that house all day. Me and my children. He would come home. He would get off of work, come home, go to sleep, wake up, brush his teeth, leave. And he wouldn't come home. My children, they wouldn't come home until it was like time to eat. He would leave us in the house all damn day. He ain't bother to say, look, y'all, come on, let's get out. Look, let's go do this. Like, get us out this house. I had, Justice was maybe about 7.
Mm-hmm.
Man,
6 for man was born.
Yeah, man was just born. Yeah, because I had then. You was 6 for man. So man was, yeah. And it came down to the point I had to take and put my children in the car, and we would have to just leave. I'm like, I can't be in the house all day with this supernatural crap going on. It's so much.
And then when after y'all separated and Daddy was still living in that house, I used to hate going back to that house. Like,
I know y'all did, but I was happy I was out of it. That house was
I used to hate going back to that house.
That house was so toxic. That house, I would not suggest. I say that right?
Yeah.
I would not suggest a couple to move in that house. That house was crucial. That house, it had too much going on.
Too much energy in that house.
Yeah, and it wasn't good energy. Except for the little girl that was bouncing at my feet, because I wasn't scared of her. What I didn't like,
the only good thing in that dog.
Yeah, because even your grandma said, I used to try to tell your grandma when man was there. When man was a baby, to avoid me from getting up and going to the back, and even I did this with Justice. I used to take the towel. I used to take their bottle. I would warm up the bottle to feed them, like right after I, bathe them or whatever. Feed them their bottle, burp them, wait till they make a pee in a dump, change their diaper, put them to sleep. I would get another bottle and I would run that bottle and get it as hot as my skin can't stand it. It used to like burn me. You know how you had to taste it on, tap it on you just to take. It used to be hot. So I would take that bottle, wrap it up in a warm towel, stick it under my pillow. By the time they would wake up in the middle of the night, the bottle would be warm enough for them to take it. And I would feed it to them. So my mama, I told her, well, she gave me the idea to do it. And I told her, I was like, why you don't, why you just don't do that? No, she wants to get up and go walk to the back of the house and warm the bottle. And she was like, oh, it feel like an eerie feeling. She feel like somebody watching her.
Yeah.
Of course, I'm telling you that something is wrong with this house. Don't do that. I didn't go to the back. The time I went to the back of that house at night, you remember when the bounty hunters came knocking on the door? Mm-hmm. That was the time I went to the back of the house at night, like dark, pitch black.
Bro, I remember it was one time. This was when the sofa was on the other side of the house, and y'all was trying to get me to go in not the other side kitchen, but the back kitchen. Y'all was trying to get me to go back
to the back of the back kitchen,
back of the house, and I was trying to go back there.
Yeah,
and y'all was trying to get me to get something. And I was like, I'm gonna go back there.
Yeah.
So y'all finally get me to go back there. The whole time I'm walking back there, it was dark too. What? Like it was dark outside, and I'm flipping on every light switch I see, and I'm back there,
and it still feel like something was right.
I was so terrified, cause you know how it was the kitchen, and then it had that big open space where the back door was at, and then it had that bathroom way on the end. That bathroom was so creepy.
Yeah,
like
it wasn't finished,
and it was just the fact that like you could see from the kitchen directly back there, and it wasn't like a big kitchen.
So what she's talking about, when you walk, all right, well we had opened it up. When you walk, all right, on one side it was like a room. It was one room, then it was another room. Then there was a door that led to the hallway, because I'm about to tell you a story about this. It was a door that led to the hallway.
And then
you walked down the hallway and you had the kitchen, you had another room, and you had the bathroom. Mm-hmm. So,
and that middle room that was where the back door was at.
Yeah, the back door. Outside. Yeah, you go outside from that room. That was the door that the people was knocking on. So, all right, we was waiting. This was Kate Middleton. This one, Kate and Prince William was getting married. And I wanted to stay up. And at the time, they had, our time zones is different. So I had to set the time to wake up to catch the wedding. And I got up. I set my phone to wake up. And I hear... I'm getting up and I'm sitting on a sofa waiting on the people to run the wedding or whatever, and I hear the footsteps. And it's like the footsteps, they wasn't distant. They wasn't like they was right in the room with me. So Justin had then walked outside because he had to do something, and I'm looking like, because I see him walking. I see y'all daddy, I see him walking, but he ain't had no shoes on his feet, just had socks. So we had a bag of bees in the middle of the floor. Mm-hmm. And the bees, it kicked whatever it was, it kicked the bees. It hit the bees. And the hall light, it was like in the middle, it was like 3-4 in the morning. The hall light was on, but we had the door shut. Right after what it did when it hit the bees, when they walk and it hit the bees, the door opened, and then the door closed. And I said, I can't believe this shit. Like, did he? Whoever it was, I called it a he, because I don't know what woman was wearing Timberlands back in them days. Mm-hmm. Did he just really walk through here? Like,
it was just whatever.
Just whatever. Because I think Uncle Jeremy had then came over to the house that night for something. And your daddy and your Uncle Jeremy was outside. And I was like, did he? I'm looking like... And then I look, I'm like, did he really just open up the door and went in the hallway and shut it?
As if you're not a ghost, you can't just...
Right. Why you didn't walk through the wall? You had to open the door because you knew I was looking. That's the thing. He ain't respect my energy. That's why, man, whoever that was used to be beefed out. We did. We used to be beefed out. But that was crazy. It's a lot. It's more to that house.
Like, I wonder what the people that done been in there after us.
They ain't staying there for long, according to Mr. Danny. Yeah.
Because I remember it was one lady. I don't know. I didn't know, but she was staying downstairs.
I remember it was weird. It's another incident when we said your dad's friend was staying next door. He had, I want to say he had a couple living over there. I want to say he had somebody, but I don't know. I never really saw who he said was staying over there. You remember somebody living? I remember I went to the store and I had turned all the lights off, turned all the TVs off and everything. I went to the store, I came home. The kitchen light was on. That room light that we had in like a living area, that was on, and the TV was on. And I'm like, I know I couldn't sit up here and say I turned, because I knew what I was looking at. But whatever it was, when I came back, whoever it was looking at football, because it was a football game that was on. And I was like, I know I wasn't looking at a football game before I left. And I knew I turned the TV off. But you might hear chunky.
Man, this video 43 minutes long.
He wasn't born yet, so he ain't have that experience. He don't mind, huh, man? You don't mind going in that house, huh? He don't gotta stay in there for no more than
Shoot, you gonna
30
go in there
minutes.
and feel that. He ain't walk right back out of there.
One day, yeah, you go walk in there thinking you talking to somebody, and then they gonna be looking at you like you're stupid. And then now they go walk up in there and say, man, who you talking to? Yeah.
Just know,
Don't-
if you want me to go in that house with you, you gonna have to really like drag me in.
Don't go in that house by yourself. Do not go in that house by yourself.